the executive order stating that identifying as a gender that is inconsistent with one's biological sex conflicts with a soldier's commitment to an honorable, truthful, and also disciplined lifestyle, even in one's person's life, and that those doing so cannot satisfy the rigorous standards necessary for military service.
Like I had to be someone else so that I can ke thabise batho ba leng horeng ba around nna. So now I always have that thing, okay, whatever that I'm doing, especially like real life,
Yeah.
it has to accommodate other people, but not myself.
Why do you want us to see a part of you when you can give us all of you?
I more or less feel like if I were to give all, I would be literally becoming totally vulnerable. Do you understand?
Yeah,
I'm avoiding one thing that most people don't mention about being in the public scene.
yeah.
If you are to give out a lot, you will still receive a lot of backlash. The situations I'm referring to, it's dating females and
Okay,
everything.
yeah.
I did that only because of social norm and
Yeah.
the fact that at that moment my friend's Priithee version is done.
You know, I always say that it's actually okay to go through such stages, right?
Yes.
Because they help you to discover who you really are. Greetings and welcome to the first episode of the third season of The Real Queer Talk. And I am still your host, Tholo, the Inimitable one, Motaung. As you can see, I am dressed in black. Well, wrapped up in black because I am mourning what President Donald Trump is doing to the LGBTQI plus community in the USA, particularly the trans members of the community. I mean, he signed the executive order stating that identifying as a gender that is inconsistent with one's biological sex conflicts with a soldier's commitment to an honorable, truthful, and also disciplined lifestyle, even in one's person's life, and that those doing so cannot satisfy the rigorous standards necessary for military service, which I think I won't finish that statement, but I think it is that. In an executive order, he also moved to end gender related medical treatments for transgender people in prison. And in the midst of all of this, an incarcerated transgender woman sued Trump administration on Sunday, challenging an executive order that requires the Federal Bureau of Prisons to house transgender inmates according to their sex at birth and prevents prisoners from accessing gender-affirming medical care. We wish all LGBTQI plus community members in the US strength and grit during this time, and they must just keep fighting on. They are in our thoughts. We are fighting with them, and we can make as much noise as we need to because it's important that it gets through some people's thick skull that we are born as we are. It doesn't matter what they take from us, that will not change who we are. All right. Let me end it there and go to a much more fulfilling and a lighter and a fun note. And today I am joined by two phenomenal digital content creators to get to know them better and also to give us an idea of the work that they do. And on my far right is Kgothatso Kumape, aka Priithee, Priince.
Yep.
Did I get it right?
Perfect.
Hey man, my it's all not hata man.
Pretty Priince.
Right?
Priithee.
Yeah. Okay. So Priince, based in the East End, though originally from Limpopo. Priince is a social media enthusiast, a self-taught makeup artist, and an information technology graduate. And the way Priince does makeup, I still cannot believe that it is self-taught because it is.
Why
Yeah, you know.
Learn from the best.
Right? Yeah. And just here on my close right, I've got Letroy Mashigo. Letroy is an award-winning content creator from the heart of the dusty streets of Soweto. I remember Mama Felicia Mapuzo say, I'm from the dusty streets of Soweto. Right? Letroy brings a fresh, vibrant, and new twist to the social media scene. Letroy is a fresh, new talent with accolades that actually proves it. And I am so, so excited, guys, to have you here today. Thank you for coming.
Thank you
Right?
as well.
I think it
Yes.
deserves a
Toast.
toast, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And a Bluetooth toast. Yeah.
Go.
There we go. So, guys, just an overview of who you are, besides the stuff that I've spoken about. I know this is sometimes a kind of a tricky
tricky
question, right? But how do you like to tell people that I'm Priithee and this is who I am, and how do you like to put yourself out there?
Friend, go first. Or should I start? Okay, no problem. Ideally, well, to answer that, it would have to be a bit tricky because I usually respond in an opposite way, being that what people see, in all honesty, is not 100% who I am, but it is part of me. Right? So it's only more or less what I can let people see. So
Okay.
ideally, as Priince, I would say I am more or less an extrovert out there, bubbly, but I turn to like my space sometimes.
All right.
So to a lot of people, it seems like I'm everywhere. and,
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But more or less from that, I'm one person who likes learning when I feel like it. And then besides that, I'm driven by what's happening at the moment, what's upcoming. I'm more or less, I always want to be there in
Yeah.
the new thing and what's happening. I'm that person.
Yeah, and you have an incredible personality. I mean, one wouldn't
you.
say that you're an introvert.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can say it's one of the things I've mastered from growing up. I mean, for a fair share, to make people believe or understand why I say I'm an introvert, it's the same way I was never known until a certain point in my life. People, even now, if you try to search my history from high school and everything, yeah, people I went to school with will know, but everyone else, there's no record, understand, from the social media platforms, if I may say. So at a later stage, when I felt, okay, now I'm ready to be out there, to showcase myself and to share the personality I know I'm capable of having and being with people. And I was like, okay, let me introduce this person to my friends, to my people, to everyone else.
Yeah, and you say what we see, it's part of you. Are you intentional about that? And if so, why do you want us to see a part of you when you can give us all of you?
I'm intentional about it. The reason I necessarily like to give all is I more or less feel like if I were to give all, I would be literally becoming totally vulnerable. Do you understand? I'm avoiding one thing that most people don't mention about being in the public scene. If you are to give out a lot, you will still receive a lot of backlash. I've had moments and conversations with mutual friends where they're like, Jimmy, people hardly bash you. And I'm like, it's because I make sure I give them what I know can never have a backlash or anything. So I share what I feel people are more than welcome to see, have comments about it, and enjoy, regardless if it's something so sensitive. I'll keep it to myself. I'll deal with it. And if it takes me off social media, I'll let it take me and then I'll come back when I'm okay.
Great stuff.
Lovely.
All right. Thank you.
That's me.
Letroy.
Hi, sweetie.
Who's Letroy? Because I'm really tempted to say Kikamoha.
My lord.
I'm excited that you guys are here.
As always, I'm shy.
Yeah.
I'm a very shy person.
Yeah, but I'm glad that you could come out.
I'm also happy to be here. I don't want to lie.
Yeah. So one would then wonder, like, these guys are shy, but you decided to go and do work that puts you in the public space.
I think
like, how did you get to a point of saying, this is actually what I want to do?
I think that's the thing with the whole social media thing. E kgone go ntshosa gore ke kgone go tlhaisa the person that I want to be. But
so it's like your alter ego.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm still fighting to reach there.
Yeah.
Especially in public. But I came to like I'm so shy. I think maybe I get to go. That's the thing. But I'm still trying to figure that space. Okay, I can elevate to this is what and what.
But I feel like you're being hard on yourself. that you probably critical of everything that you do? Are you a perfectionist?
Um, yes, I think also growing up, it's in affectila holo like this. So it's a society example yona. They were always judgmental, you know. Like I had to be someone else so that I can ke thabise batho ba loreng ba around nna. So now I always have that thing, okay, whatever that I'm doing, especially like real life,
Yeah.
it has to accommodate other people, but not myself. I don't know if I'm making
You
clear.
do. You do.
So when it comes to social media, that's where I can be myself without thinking, "Hore, mang o reng." But when I'm in the real world, that's where the reality kicks in. Hore, oh, actually, oh, it's happening. Oh,
Yeah.
lantseba. That's why most of the time now I'm so straight, the straight person. If ke be handling,
Yeah.
like I get shocked or haibo, one shebella, because I always have that thing. Yeah, ba ba street ba so even
Yeah.
when they approach us like it's just like every time friend, don't give people that. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes it's all about more, but
Yeah.
I always have that thing, but I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you just paint a picture of, when you say when you were young, the kind of stuff that you had to
I
endure?
okay, I think kabane ke ngwana o tswang ko kerekeng, and we most people didn't understand this whole thing, yeah, gay and whatsoever. And um I don't know how to say it, but yeah, really taba e ya hore, being gay is a
It's a
sin,
sin,
you
yeah.
know. So people are getting killed. So now I need to do certain things because
You have to
yeah,
hide
and
who you
happily go
are.
kerekeng seriti sa ko gae se tlo reng, you know.
Okay.
And at that time I didn't have like more support. Not say maybe my family didn't like accept me or love me, but ne le ntho ya hore le bona ba sa tsebe hore la ba tlo support yang,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but ne le ntho eo, not say that they had a problem at church, but ne le ntho ya hore they tried to run away from the fact ya hore I'm actually this person.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I get you, and such things really do affect us, like our whole lives. But I'm proud of you that you're pushing those boundaries as hard as it is.
Yo, it's
But
hard.
you have so much grit, like to push
It's
day by
hard,
day. Yeah, super proud of you.
Thank you.
So, Priithee, you also shy introvert, but you're here. How did it come about?
Okay. I'm. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it contradicts in many cases.
Yeah.
I am the person, but at the same time, I like being outside. I like seeing people. I like being around people. However, with the likes of going back to history, like if I may say,
Yes.
growing up here. Okay, I think that's why I learned makeup actually,
Yeah.
but it's not a disguise or anything. But growing up, I could say I was one, a late bloomer,
Okay.
and then secondly, due to being a late bloomer, quite certain things would happen at the very mix of awkward moments. Like my friends would have already started beards, they would have already started a voice, or their bodies
Yeah.
starting changing, and I'm super late. And when it happens with me, I'm the one awkward kid. So I'd always feel a bit left out in most cases. So gradually, I learned to, okay, you know what? Take your time, do it at your own pace, and well, at the end of the day, you will get where you get.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting to a point where I had moments of pretty boy privileges in which they really, I liked it, but at the same time, I was very scared because it led me to, it led me to situations I honestly do not doubt or regret, but I really feel I shouldn't have done that because in the likes of, if I attempt to enlighten you, the situations I'm referring to, it's dating females and
Okay.
everything.
Yeah.
I did that only because of social norm and the fact that at that moment my friend's pretty version is done. Now it's me. Now it's my
I
turn.
was
I'm
like,
everywhere, you know?
I'm gonna rock
And
them.
then the girls' situation, and I'm only saying this because some of the girls, okay, some of them we are friends now, we're good
Yeah.
friends, but some of them you can tell, even when you speak to them, they still have this young grudge that they're like, but because for one, I'm a lover, so
Yeah.
I literally loved them. It
You
wasn't
gave
a
them
matter
love.
of I'm just doing it.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just and then yet again I was here to discover, okay, I like this, but it's not really me.
Yeah.
And figuring it out.
And I
happened.
always say that it's actually okay to go through such stages, right?
Yes.
Because they help you to discover who you really are. So you can't have a doubt of saying maybe or should I have, because yes, you've been there, I've been there, I was exposed to that, and it gave me a better understanding of who I am. So I don't have a doubt in my mind that this is who I am, So I get you when you say that.
So those things as they happened, you explore. Then this is me now.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
explore and then I would come back and more or less just like animals and hibernate and
Yeah.
go into hiding or go into my own space, in which and it still affects my work because my friend will tell me all the time, babes, you've done 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, but we're not seeing it out there. And I'm like, friend, it's because I'm back in that cocoon where I'm just holding myself back. I'm like, too much exposure. But yeah.
So what does it look like when you're hibernating, when you're in that space? What's going through your mind? What are you doing? What are you thinking?
What's going through my mind, I can say I tend to like to recalculate myself, my moves, and where I've been and what I'm doing quite a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not, I feel like it's not healthy in all honesty, because I would do it for no reason. Like I'll just be like, okay, no, like, okay, I've been exposed, I've been everywhere now.
Yeah.
People know too much. Go back.
Then you go back.
Understand?
Yeah.
So it's one of the things I'm gradually learning. I'm gradually taking them upon. As recently, I'm more or less a full-time content creator. So now I really am in the space. I have no time to sit back and say, no, I can't do this. Yeah.
You must work.
I
There's
will.
no time to
Definitely.
sit.
Definitely. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just sit. But yeah.
So here you are, I mean, you've overcome those kind of challenges and you look comfortable in your skin, right? What are your pronouns? So, them, they.
You. Yes. they, you. Okay, I still use he, him.
Okay.
Basically, I'm like, I like playing safe, eh?
Yeah.
So I'm not using them only because
Why you see what?
why you see what.
Yeah.
I'm using them in a sense of the same way I keep my beard and don't remove it. I'm using, I like I said, I like being safe. So I use it in a sense of, regardless of what you see, you still see a he, him.
Okay.
Due to the beard.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm not so hush about it. If you see me and you go she or him, worse when I have makeup and hair, babes, you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
Because why? I
doesn't
never
really
actually
matter.
tell you. Also, I
it
never
depends.
actually told you that I'm a he, him.
Right.
And you see me as a girly, you're like, oh, so it's fine. Then we
Yeah.
can go ahead with it. But if I have, then that's where I'd have a young problem that, babes, you know that I'm a... But besides that, it's just based on safety, on certain reasons of why I choose which pronouns or which look or everything. But yeah.
Yeah.
I
Do
think
you
with me-
feel like you're gonna get to a point where you overcome the safety issue, or it's just the choice that you're making?
I wouldn't say I would overcome it, because at the end of the day, life is still gonna happen the same. Okay, not really the same, but gradually people are getting to learn and understand. But I wouldn't necessarily change it.
Yeah.
Only because I am, like I said, I like playing safe, but I'm one person who's cautious about, okay, now this is what's happening in my life, this is what's happening, so and so. So I'm afraid of having moments where I'm like, yeah, I said I'm a I'm a she, he, or she, her, or they, them.
Yeah.
And now I'm being questioned on this and this. Honestly, I've never liked the question of why you dress like a girl, why are you doing this? So just to avoid majority of those things, I let things run smoothly. I just educate the ones who want to be educated, and at the same time make them feel free, not usually call them out, because when you call them out, then they also freak out. They're like, yo, this and this. But but I honestly don't think I would be changing that anytime soon.
Yeah. You wanted to say something?
No, I think also it depends with how they like approach it's one thing,
Yeah.
With me, Kitswana Lena also. With me, I really don't take this seriously. if or a high girl, like it's fine. But
Yeah.
go na le batho ba leng gore ba etsa too much. Wa bona gore,
Yeah, it gets patronizing.
Yeah.
Like,
like
Yeah.
for
you
example,
really
I
have
don't
to.
like people call me chomi
I
because I
hate
think
it.
yeah.
Like
Oh.
I don't
The
even want to
the
be
tone,
nice about. I
the
hate it.
approach, it's just so
You
wrong.
you don't know me.
You don't know me.
You
Yes.
don't know anything.
Also, I
What
think
makes me your
I
chum?
think maybe someone I can get and then it's ka tsela e going okay wa utlwa gore ha e etse ka tsela e funny
Yes.
go na le ba ba e etsang ka tsela e funny whereby
Yeah.
o ka dula le tšhomi ya ngwanyana and then ha fitla ko ngwanyana be hi tšhomi and then go
I
be
think also
and then wa ipotsa gore what's the difference why ha
Yeah.
le ko ole eba so I think that's where the problems start.
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in general, I hate labeling myself. Actually, ke prefer go mpitse sole so
Yeah.
but it differ gore tone how it's
It's
the
all jwang.
approach is
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because also it's driven by, for me it's driven by respect. If you
Yeah.
respect me, you'll know that you have to address me correctly. And I love the fact, Prince, when you say we need to educate, because I always say that all the time, because sometimes people don't know how to interact with us because they just don't know how.
Yeah.
We also have the responsibility to teach. And you'll find that if you teach and they ask questions and you inform them, they change in such a positive way because now they know how they should address you, how they should interact with you, and all of that, And with all of this, there's also within the community now this whole thing that you'd find that there are community members that that look at us, the more the feminine ones, as though like something is wrong with us,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you hear things like, if I wanted to date a girl, I could have dated
Date
a
a
girl.
girl, yeah.
How do you feel about that? That we don't seem to be embracing our diversity the way we need to as a community, because it gets shocking that a community member will be looking at you in a way that you're thinking, but you're not even straight, you should be understanding me more than anybody else.
Yeah, I think with me I always say, and I'm not gonna say in Katele maybe Kiaba judge or somewhere
Yeah.
somehow, but I believe Lena was once like that until maybe ke kopane le bo Priince whereby
Okay.
I'm educated or whatsoever. When it comes to taba ya dating and go nyanyafatsa batho ba bang,
Yeah.
ke dula ke tjho ke re I think homophobic e qala ko rona pele, whereby we start judging each other.
So it's more internalized than
Yes.
Yeah.
When you see two feminine guys dating, oba, "Ba etsa eng? What's this?" Which I also have done that. Forgetting go le nna ke a di thola ko batho ba bangwe whereby ba no, if ke o batla ne ke tlo batla, if ne ke batla go tswela le ngwanyana, ne ke tlo tswela le ngwanyana.
Yeah,
So I don't prefer that. So until ke kopana le batho ba tshwana le bo Priince whereby they even told me how to love yourself before o tlo acceptiwa ke motho o mongwe.
Yeah.
And I'm actually glad of that.
Yeah.
But I feel like rona ka bo rona ke rona le this thing now explain. I don't know, maybe little educator when time goes on. I feel like this thing of every time trying to explain ourselves or educating people, I think we open the space whereby this whole thing yabo homophobic or questioning eba I could say eba
It gets more access.
yes, because now there are certain questions still I believe they were not supposed to be asked. As much as re kgona go bona straight a certain thing. That's how
Yeah.
le rona re leng ka teng. There's nothing different. The only different things that is two guys or two girls dating each other. Ke lerato fela, that's cha, but
Yeah.
the ra tshwana. And I don't think tse ding di deserve go tswa ke batho. I don't know,
And then they
but
say, who's the man? Who's the one? Who's the woman?
it's
It's
like-
like,
the man?
we're two guys. Why does it matter? You know?
Them
Yeah.
day. Like to be honest, I didn't know anything about those things. Until
Yeah.
my children and like, what's that? No, them king. Oh, because I can control loba mchita sometimes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And now I get it.
Yes.
Bottom of king.
Yeah.
You know those things. And now when people start asking questions, ra kwata.
Yeah.
Why o batla eng wena mo tseo? Forgetting gore ke rona re ba feeling that opportunity. Okay, but I don't know, but that's how
But I
feel.
think it goes back to what you were saying earlier about respect.
Okay,
You know,
yes,
if a
yes,
person
yes.
is asking out of respect, and
Respect,
wanting to
okay.
learn,
Uh-huh.
it's different from a person that will want to make fun of what you're saying,
Yeah.
or want
Yeah.
to address you
Oh,
in
yeah.
certain ways. Yeah.
So Well, my input in this is very much vast because I always say this a lot, and I always be like, I always never understood why, for one, us the queer were always in defense mode. Any little thing, a person steps on you, got mistake, they don't know. Remember, they
blow
don't
up.
know. You explode. Yeah. And I always feel like, but babes, if you can relax a little bit. The same way he said, them said, sorry,
They
Fred,
said.
they said, I kind of make her comfortable in a sense of when we meet people and everything, I try to look what's happening.
Yeah.
It happens that we've had conversations where I would say, I really feel the queer space has, with the terms that we have, the bis, the trans, the verse, all those,
Yeah.
those terms are the ones that are bringing most of the conflict in the
Yeah.
space. Because here we are in a queer space, right? We call it a queer space, but the narrative, we are looking at who's straight, we are looking at who's bi, who's straight looking, who's too feminine, who's too whatever. It also came to me even when I got into a relationship, being my partner. I get that a lot. I'm always questioned, but your partner is, and I'm like, so, to you guys, it comes across we are both feminine, we are whatever. We're the ones who know what's happening between us.
Yeah, and sorry, and my thing is, you're the one who loves him. Why should I want to
Exactly. Why
impose
do
my
people-
profile of the person that I want to be with on you? You chose that person because you like them, and they also like you.
Exactly. So in which it comes with beliefs and everything. So I ended up at that mentality when more or less got hurt, by the straight acting guys and all that. I was hurt enough to a point that I remember the day I was even out with other content creators, friends, just us. I was crying
Oh
over this
my
business.
word!
I locked myself in a room for a good 5 hours.
What did he
or so.
do so that?
Oh no,
Like-
I can't dwell. But I was really hurt.
Yeah.
And at that point, it was that hurt of, okay, I'm done with everything. So within the midst of it, with beliefs in God and everything, I had to pray to my Lord and say, Lord, you know what? I'm queer. Can I find a queer man? Because I've been playing it the way everyone else is. I'm looking for a man who's masculine, who's whatever. Can I just find a person who's just queer, who'll understand? Because some of the dynamics were problems of, when we go certain places, no makeup, no, when we're doing certain. So those things would literally just bring me down to a point that I can't necessarily be myself. You understand?
Yeah, now because you have to
I have
fit
to,
what they
Yes,
want,
you
and
understand?
that now it's not fully you because you wake up and you want to be like this, and they tell you
Too
tone
much.
down.
Yes.
What's
You
toning
understand?
down?
What's toning
What's
down?
toning down?
For
Exactly.
who? For who? Most importantly, for who?
I'm the one who's
Because
just like
that
this, you
person
like
you're saying
me.
I should tone down for, they're living their lives.
Exactly.
Fulfilled, happy, and all that. But I should adjust to make another person happy.
You understand? So prayer happened.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord. Here I am with my partner.
Voila.
Good.
Voila.
Something, yes, I will tell you guys, but I believe it's just a matter of understanding that at the end of the day, we are all queer people.
Yeah.
Yes, dynamics are different, preferences are different, but may other people's preferences or other people's perspectives or how they bring themselves up may not affect you.
Yeah.
If it's not something you can work with, let it be. Guys, stop being selfish. I may look pretty, but maybe you don't like something behind. You don't like that introvert me. I look fine. I look happy outside. But when you get home, I'm this person who's just quiet, who never wants to. Then it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
So, more or less, if you're getting to know someone, regardless of relationship or friendship or anything, just learn them. Be ready to understand who so. Yes, there's sacrifices, there's things that you have to pull yourself back and say, okay, my friend is like this, I can't do this.
Yeah.
But may it not be hurting you at the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely. I love that. So what were some of the fears when you got into the content creation space? Because I can imagine as a queer person, because now the world is more of it's the target can either be guys or girls. Like you don't have in between, or you don't have something that can go across the board. That it's sort of like boxed.
Okay. With me, the fear was gagolo kerekeng ya ka, my church. Gore ba tlo nka yang, but to be honest, the minute they started accepting what I'm doing, it made things very simple. Not to say people they don't talk even now, they still talking.
Yeah.
Like literally these two. They talk.
They still put
But for the
comments.
fact that go gaiki kereke, even outside my church, for
Yeah.
the fact that like kile go Good Friday, like rekopan as the branch kaofela, I've never, okay, maybe but I've never had any complaints about it. So ke yona fear ke na le yona, because
Yeah.
that's basically my content. Other than that, it's about homophobic. I'm used to that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, like I at some point you grow thick skin. You're like, okay, speak for yourself.
I think if we can mahlunga.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for now, guys, we typer.
Yeah.
Nah,
It's a waste of time.
ways to shame.
So I'm curious, how you kerekeng o apara seaparo se feng?
Actually, I love that question.
Mm-hmm.
So
Dreamstream, a place to create yourself. Record video, music, and podcast in our full-service studio. Dreamstream, a place to create yourself. Record video, music, and podcast in our full-service studio. Dreamstream, a place to create yourself.
I'm different.
Is it?
Different.
So you wear the guys.
I wouldn't even
Uniform.
wear makeup or nails rather. Okay, now I'm like
Yeah.
I feel comfortable to not say they have a problem with that, but I think
Yeah.
how kontlumang this thing same like a kulifung
From
life friend or
what
something.
you-
I wouldn't go cascade.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging people who are going cascade, but that's how
It's just a preference,
Yes.
not
It's-
to.
So
Respect and upbringing.
yeah, I found it weird for ke tlo apara tas good ka makeup le meriri. Yeah, I don't think they have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I think I've seen.
A few.
No, I don't think so. Besides trans, yes, maybe trans.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if a gay person or apara that thing, because that's
Yeah,
how happy to get thing. So
Okay.
don't pay about thing because it's a very dangerous guys.
Right. It needs respect.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I get like a saparo.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
quiet.
disclaimer.
So,
friend.
yeah.
That's what I have to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a saparo.
Okay.
In all honesty, I never had any fears
Yeah.
because I literally joined the content space not with the intention to be a content creator or influencer or anything, but with it's COVID. We're all locked up. Joined TikTok, started doing videos. That's more or less the same time I started doing makeup. So I would use it as a let's test and see how people receive my makeup.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they won't see me for a good 21 days or whatever. So let's play along. And then I got a great response. And then gradually, I can just say let's just say if we were to look at fear, my fear was not to be received well.
Yeah.
But apart from that, and funny enough, I was actually received well by people from overseas before South Africans. So it was a bit of a, okay.
Okay, that's an
Kabanyetaba.
interesting
South
one.
Africans don't care, you know. And I gradually worked upon with that. And then, yeah, we grew.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't necessarily have a fear, hey?
So guys, you seem to be having fun with what you're doing, right? And you make it look so easy. You make it look so easy that for me, like I'd see a lot of people saying, I'm a content creator, but you try to see the content they're creating, like, you know, like what's happening behind the scenes? What are the kind of like? Give me a typical day of a content creator, the stuff you go through.
For me as a shy person, and because now my content included a community whereby now I need to go shoot outside.
Yeah.
It's very hectic for me. Number one. Number two, to think of a joke, something it will correspond and lebatho, even though you're not sure. It will tell me it's just so hard to come with those ideas. Because now when you start making those ideas, it is why because sometimes the artistic Haribu, for example, right now. And then was something maybe
Yeah.
I love this, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So come on, like it dramatic. My friend, she's so dramatic.
Catch those.
She is so dramatic. Actually, kunhlungu
Yeah.
Like the drum.
A good
babes,
one.
you know them.
It's a
She
fun
knows
house to
them.
be at.
Get to the AR. So even to AR, the minute when I see something and then I get to it's about to young. So
Okay.
sometimes can I not have you but how we know what tell we but come on bad about the jokes.
Yeah.
I think I can the boundaries when it comes to
Joking.
I can catch you phone.
Yeah.
You should be able to get and then get it, but not at that moment.
Yeah.
The same way like you cracking. But
Yeah.
if Kitoba does something, yeah, the Kitoba
It catches your interest.
after killing, but not during church.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
that, yeah. But but it's so hard to make people laugh. Because
Yeah.
now
Right.
Fun.
Right.
I think it comes
That's how you
natural.
do it.
Yeah, it comes natural. Oh shit.
Yeah.
No, so okay, on my side, the dynamics are, like I said, I'm held back. So it's a matter of me telling myself I'm also a perfectionist of some sort. So if something, they know we would be together and we record. If it's not happening the way I have it planned, no
That's
one's
it.
posting it,
That's
and
it.
let's leave it.
Yeah.
We'll shoot another day. So I'm that person. I have to tune myself mentally. That's why most of my transitions I do them at home.
Yeah.
I avoid doing them outside and everything. But there's something new coming up that I'm working on. And besides that, there's also a character of Bafana. So this
Okay.
comes with the days where I'm lazy to do my makeup and everything. Then I can give them that straight guy that people like and appreciate. At the current moment, Bafana is something else. So I'm really appreciating the love and support. But at the same time, I'm just like, okay, dynamics, divide yourself.
Okay.
So I used to only do with makeup or whenever I go out. And also because I don't like talking on videos.
Yeah.
I avoid be playing safe. That's me all the time. I'm afraid if I say something, someone's gonna snip it and make it or something. So I'm always, So besides that, I always play safe. Well, try, because now I'm no longer safe. But I try. But yeah, basically, you need to just plot yourself. So as a upcoming content creator, if you are to be in the field, just position yourself and do what you love. Avoid. I'm not saying we don't take like stuff from each other. We pick up, okay, this one is doing this, this one is doing this. I can also do this. Worse, with us, the beauty content creators, this look, someone else is gonna redo it. You understand?
So they'll always find an inspiration from what you're doing
someone
to create
else.
something
I mean,
else.
I'm inspired majority by people from overseas, like I said. So that's why some of the content I take time to really do it in South Africa, because I have a moment where they still haven't picked it up. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be like, oh, when's the makeup?
They won't get
You understand?
it.
They won't get what I mean. So bit by bit, I'm introducing this and that. So, but yeah, like I said, just do what you love and have fun. The same way I started Gidlala TikTok, it took me, and here I am. Stopped my 9 to 5, and here we are. We're a content creator.
Sure. And you're an IT graduate, right?
Exactly.
How has it helped you in the process of doing content creation, if it did in any way?
Okay, it did, but yeah, I started while I was still in school, but it did, but not with the qualification that I have, because the qualification came with the life outside of content creation, the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
With the tactics that I got throughout learning video editing, stuff like that, I learned those throughout the course of study. So I can say that inputted in my videos now, where I'm able to capture the right moments, the right lighting. Trust you me, those videos, there's a video I'll shoot at night in the AMs, and then the other one I'll shoot 2 days later during the day. But I have to make them in sync so that no one notices the background lights are different or what. So that came in handy.
That's work, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah. And for you, what has helped you to be able to be consistent? Because I mean,
I think
it takes consistency
yeah.
to do well.
With me receiving the love from people, because at first I thought and also having friends, Balorin, you guys are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So now one thing about me, I love competition, but a good one.
Yeah.
Iseng ya boloi.
Competition.
Yeah, iseng ya boloi. Yo, I yo, boloi, I sense ke rata competition. Kore basically ke ngwanyana o like when I see something nice, like I will ask.
Yeah.
Hence, every time I prefer to surround myself with people who are working hard. But what don't inspire actually keep pushing. It's
Yeah.
possible. So how can you tell them more now? Because most yabona look at them.
Yeah.
They're doing the most. But you know. So how could you say show me what's wrong? Ah, show me what's so. We're not so like that's what I'm asking myself.
So networking is that important as
Yes.
well.
Because the hike to like you, and I'm like, Princess and apartment. And I wrote a content. I keep pushing. It's not simple, and I'm not saying we can say pressure whereby last 98 days now you need to force yourself and shoot. But can say it needs to click. Hey, bra man, and and also I think the fact of na le pressure ya also I'm not in a race with anyone, guys. But the peers are having to see them succeed. Young heads what are you doing? What have you achieved for your life? You know, so can to engage on pusher most defense stack. I'm like, you guys really love me, but I'm like, oh, imagine if I keep quiet and then start like a shooter.
Right.
Like I always get beautiful DMs, messages, how I heal people, and I didn't think of it to fit more, to be honest. Like kinaloba shocked, I again, but
And I think that's the sorry to budge in. I think that's the incredible part of it. With you, that the kind of content that you create speaks to ordinary people in the townships, but some of us that come from the townships that are in the suburbs, we can still relate to it. You know, I mean, with you as well, whether it's an executive somewhere or somebody that is starting, you know, to work, or somebody that is growing up in adversity, or even, you know, high school, opening up to the idea of having makeup on, or, you know, you make it so relevant to different people that people can really relate to what you're giving.
That's how it is actually.
And like you're saying, that's one of my aspirations, in which I believe someday it will happen that I'll get to more or less instill some of my mindset. I know it might be playing safe, like I said, but in a sense that I like to, when, let's say I'm speaking to the younger people, and I would be giving them words like, babes, wait for your time. And waiting doesn't mean wait. Gradually work on yourself. And
so basically put in the hours.
Sorry?
They should put their hours.
Yes, but now
gradually.
Yes, but now even if it's not based on content, now this is just me referring to just life as a queer person. Because there's so many young people that would say, oh my God, I want your life. Your life is amazing. You understand? But except young and everything. That's a different story. I can accept it. But like the life right now, like I said, I show people what I want them to see. And to people, it seems my life is perfect and everything. And you understand? Easy. In which it took time. I had to adjust. I had to tell myself, okay, if I want 1, 2, 3, I must do it like this. If I want 1, 2, 3, I must do it like this. If I want makeup, babes, I did makeup, yes, playing, but I took time to put it out there. Why? I wanted it to be perfect. Right. I didn't want to come about looking funny or just be excited that, okay, today I have makeup, let's do it. I had to adjust. I had to put it around. Play around your neighborhood. Guys, where you grew up is where you should start. Play around here. You see, the minute you see these people also hyping and being excited, then you escalate bit by bit. Babes, you'll go far.
I love what you're saying, because there are people who'll put on makeup and you'll ask yourself, why are you making yourself a clown?
You understand?
Right? And I also worry that people around them, don't they tell them, like,
also friends,
babes, please, get help somewhere. But also you also touched on the issue of acceptance. I'm curious to know, like for you when you stopped 1 to 5, I mean 9 to 5, and got into it full time, like what did your families think? Because it looks like it's something that is not solid in terms of creating income out of it, but you have been able to build your brands in that way that's solid enough to make a living out of. But what were your families thinking, whether your parents, your siblings, or others, people in the family?
Okay. My siblings are rooting for me. Anything I do, they're like, yeah. So I give bye. But my parents, it was a situation of, okay, here we are. This is what's happening. This is what you're thinking. Why? Obviously.
Yeah.
And then I gave them a little bit of a brief of what I'm thinking to do, because I stopped when last year August, and I was like, okay, can I have the rest of the year before I decide to go back or go look for a job elsewhere, just to work around the content space and everything.
And like on
because-
full-time basis now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was a such of an agreement where they were like, okay, Sharp, if that's what you're asking for, do that. Because ideally, I still live with my parents.
Yeah.
So it was okay, do that. But if we also see more,
Hey,
babes,
Priithee.
There's no way.
we'll interfere.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, it was a such of, that's what I'm saying, learn yourself, learn your environment and everything. I was in a space of, not that I was forced to go to school and do whatever, but it was a statement that you are not finishing school and sit. Do something. Then I went and studied, got my qualifications, came back, and then started, with God's grace, I started working while I was still in tertiary.
Nice.
So it was amazing.
Yeah.
Then from there, now when I said this, it was a situation of, okay, you did it by the book. Now let's let you do what you want.
Yeah.
That's how it happened. So yeah, they were not so difficult. And ideally, honestly speaking, my parents are angels.
Oh,
In
lovely.
many things, they disappoint me. I've had, not disappoint, wrong word. They always.
Dreamstream, a place to create yourself. Record video, music, and podcast in our full-service studio. Dreamstream, a place to create yourself. Record video, music, and podcast in our full-service studio. Dreamstream, a place to create yourself.
Choose another direction. I'll be coming with this intention and expecting to be called out or something, and they'll just the same way it happened with the whole search of saying, okay, you know what, this is me liking boys and what. The response was, this could be a phase or not. We'll ask you after 2 years.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Sure. That's lovely though. I think there are parents who get to be that way when they know how much you respect them. And especially if you have never disappointed in them in ways that are out of line, So because they trust you, they know, okay, like any other child, you could experience this and come back, but you are still like, a decent human being.
True.
Yeah. And for you, how did your family take it?
With the whole
Yeah, when you say now I'm doing content creation full time.
now one thing about my mom, she's always supportive.
Yeah.
She's so supportive.
She was part of content.
She was part of it after all. I think with me it was a bit easy, even though I don't want to go that deep. But because of we
You can
we
go that
already
deep.
have someone in the
Okay,
family
Letroy.
who's a content creator,
Oh,
and go bona yena gore bophelo bo mo etseditse eng, through this journey content creator, it was a bit more simple for them to accept, even though they always ask themselves whether or certain things, because I think about the media they are and telling mama and telling are you gonna do this? Whether or so with dad, I think that's where the problem started, because after dad, like ke motho who star ke tsamaya di-club, so now even that question whereby hey wena check cousin there how, and even though it's not that
True,
way,
but
because what they see in socials, But yeah, it was so simple. Like in but I always knew I want to be in the entertaining industry.
Yeah.
Like anything that has to do with art, I love that. I can when you know a computer, but so kaya school mara office.
It's not
Sekgowa. Nka sekgowa. No, le kana la re ke se tlaela. Ha ke mo yena
Hosta
o.
language a tjhelete.
Ene ke etsa
Ka
tjhelete.
tsela e nngwe.
Ka tsela e
Hosta
nngwe.
right?
E modimo
Yeah.
tsela.
But,
Ka tsela e
but
nngwe,
also I think that shows us that it's not always the like a standard way of doing things, right? That we're different as people,
Yeah.
right? And also the whole thing that will measure your education level with your success, or you'll measure how you speak English with your success. It doesn't work. It's all
But
about
to them it does because
but it doesn't, because I mean you see people that are millionaires that when you speak to them they crush English, right? You see people that did not go even reach matric, but they're millionaires, you know. So I think we need to be more open-minded in terms of how different we are, right? Other people don't need to go to university. They just need to go to an FET college because they're good with hands, right?
exactly.
But as society, we want to look down upon them. And those are the people that are supposed to go do what they're able to do and passionate about and come back and help us with other things that we can't do, you know? So I'm super proud of you guys. Like, I think you have done so well for yourselves. But I think beyond anything else is how you carry yourselves, right? Like, you are famous. It's there. You are famous. But you carry you carry yourself so well that when you get in various spaces, people are comfortable to talk to you, are comfortable to be around you without you making them feel otherwise. You know, how are you able to maintain that? Like, and the challenges that comes with being popular, because once you are known, I mean, you could be having lunch and I'm there. Can I have a picture with you?
Yeah, okay. Before we get there, I had a keynote on everything we're speaking about regarding working and everything.
Yeah.
I live with the statement of Motuki Motuka Batu.
Yeah.
And I always put an addition as long as Luena or Luena, Motu utlokotsi.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So coming back to that, when people come through, like I said, I'm an introvert and everything, but at the state that I'm at, I have no room to say when I'm sitting here at a restaurant, we're having, and I'm like, no. People know me happy, jolly, excited, right? And it's not a front. It is me. Like I said, it's part of me. However, it's a part that I decided people should know. So if I'm to see people or people are to come wherever I am, it's more than welcoming. It also comes with respect and understanding where we are and what's happening.
Yeah, that's great.
With me guys, I we listen to I ke rata batho ka pela ka kaofela. But ke na le but when it comes because now kids I so click for and I just sometimes ke la lo ipotsa gore batho a mare ke mo ka re la act shebule ba and also going up like ho le ngwaka his schedule at first gore ke gotse young when someone hypes at you kilemunyane le lentse ya gore over shade so how to like for example kika how like for Mshimane I thought kika how batjha like ke tshaka ka maybe o batla etsa joke like I should click on actually motho o
embrace what you're doing.
But to be honest I do I like ke a tseba gore ke so ka bona so there is no way if motho a go kopa picture be ke tlo hana even though ke tlo qala ke ba and then ke ba jwale e be ba snacks because they always say that like on especially on the content again the TikTokers I just saw the video recently like on the TikTokers maybe it's because of the first thingy hard like going is I thought Letroy like because I didn't expect that and it like you know
I think I get your challenge because in life it's easy to learn but unlearning it's a process especially something that traumatized you because the scars are deep
Yeah.
I mean,
You're
it's from
very-
childhood that you have been experiencing
very,
this.
very-
So to shift that, it's going to take you a bit of time. But what I appreciate is that you are now conscious of it. You are aware of it. You are working on it. You know, because I remember there was a very popular content creator who's queer as well. We were in a public space and people went, it's kids and even older people, and they want to take a picture with this person, and they even respected this person to wait for them to finish buying whatever that they were buying. When they're done, they're like, "Can we take a picture with you?" And he turned and he's like, "I'm not at work," with that stone cold face, and he left. The disappointment on their faces.
Okay, that's rude.
The disappointment on their faces. And I felt like, but these are people that make you who you are.
I think yeah, you're not taking Shapang Lin or if Kitloba. Ooh.
You know, one thing I can say for now, I hate to lie. I like it a bit when people are uncomfortable a little bit, nah? So
In what way?
Priithee
no,
or Natasha or-
just a little bit, like not uncomfortable.
Just to ruffle
but
feathers
like,
a bit.
You understand? Like,
Yeah.
it happens that people would come about in situations where I'm not the pleasantest of person or anything. Nah?
Okay.
But not in a sense that I'm mad at these people. Or anything.
Yeah.
But when they come through, the minute they go, "Oh my God, hi Prince," to tune in myself as well. When they come like, "I'm back," you know, I'm like back, and then the shock on their faces,
Yeah, I was like,
kind of excites me.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm joking." Then I know I'm
Okay.
eased. You know, I'm eased
Oh, I
also.
see what you
I just
mean.
use that here and
Yeah.
there. Then I'm eased. Then I'm like, "No, I'm joking, man. Let's take a
But also,
picture."
that's a
Do you
nice
understand?
technique because, truly speaking, you're also human beings. You go through your
Yes.
own stuff. You could have,
Sometimes, yeah.
you know, experienced a loss of somebody special. You could have been in argument with somebody, and that is still hanging with you. That is a nice way of dealing with it.
I saw Kiki in, especially yeah. I think also we
But
need
friend,
to
you just afraid of people.
yeah.
That's why.
But also,
I
really
think
bad these guys.
also
I never
the-
keep cooking or kulifung, and then you wanna. But I know it's something that I can control.
But people want it everywhere.
Can
You could be
yes,
running for a
can take
flight
control.
that's leaving 5 minutes. They stop you. Can
They'll
we have a
stop you.
picture?
Yeah,
You know?
the guardians and
Yeah.
now because this is my job. The minute I do one mistake,
But
I'm
look,
off it.
look,
So
we're going to
it's something
drag
that
you
I'm
in the
working on.
streets. We're go-
Yeah, it's something that I'm working on.
yeah. So I want to ask them about something very important, right?
What?
It's Valentine's month, guys. Well, with you, we can see you're glowing, you're happy, you are there, things are happening. And I love the fact that you give us a portion of that part of your life. What's coming on Valentine's Day? What are your plans?
I don't know because now I'm trending about something else.
I'm
joking. No, I'm joking. What's coming for Valentine's Day? I believe it's a special romantic day, right? For couples and everything. I don't know. Maybe he planned something for me. I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see. From my end, however, there is quite a number of things. Like I said, there's things that I'm working on. So
Okay.
come Valentine, it's spreading love and well, giving hugs everywhere. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe on that day, if I don't listen, that day, if huggy anyway,
Yeah.
vacation or something to I'll go out and give people hugs,
Hugs.
everywhere. What can I say?
That's lovely. That's lovely. And for you?
Beside my friends, hey, number two, can celebrate Valentine's.
Tell me, have you celebrated Valentine's?
Never.
You've never.
I've
Not even with
never.
him.
Him.
With him.
With him. With him.
Yeah. You guys didn't celebrate Valentine.
We were about to.
Yeah.
Oh,
We were about to.
Yeah.
Then God decided.
otherwise.
And chopping
And shopping.
Askies.
But yeah, it's a great.
But how have you been able to
Whew.
deal with that?
Yo. Yo, do we have to talk about it? But I'm fine. I'm fine. I think it's a matter of yo, of me I don't know, but I think I'm trying so hard to move on. I think I could say, man, I just have so many things, even though I whew, I could say,
Hey, man, sure.
yeah, but it's something that I know my friends, people who are very close with me, they always say, "Hore, stop blaming yourself." But I still have that thing, yeah, if maybe if wabona if neki feeling what about a chance. I think maybe can get it sharp because I believe kaofela rona re na le nako ya rona ya ho tsamaya mo
Yeah.
lefatsheng. But for me to be that hard on him, it was something else, and it intuited a lot of things. Forgiveness.
Yeah.
You need to forgive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to forgive. You guys, forgiveness is very important. Not forgive or like just forgive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let
go.
and then it because now it's in now,
Yeah.
and now I have questions telling
Yeah,
he can't
answered.
even answer because kabe ke mo feel that chance ya hore a tla tlo e tlhalosa.
Yeah.
Maybe kabe ke le sharp by now, and the sad part is that I can't because I can move on and meeting like people. Ke tlo ba compare le yena.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll be fine. Actually, I'm fine. I think
It's understandable though because it's not easy to deal with loss,
Yeah.
and as people we are different. We process loss in different ways, right? And I think don't be hard on yourself in terms of I have to let go now. It will come to you. At the same time, I think you also need to understand that at the time you took that decision based on the reasons of what was happening at the time. You did not know that this will happen, right? So don't blame yourself that much. I get you that perhaps if you have done things differently, you'll feel differently, but please don't be hard on yourself. You took a decision at the time based on the circumstances. In time, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. And God will bring you another someone special.
Maybe on Valentine, who knows?
Exactly. Exactly.
and I'm glad that I have the support from the family. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Very amazing. Shame. The sisters, the friend also.
Yeah.
And they're such an amazing people.
That's great. Yeah, you need a support structure to get over to deal with other things in life. Otherwise, it gets more challenging.
Yeah.
But hey, we wish you love, happiness, and joy, and I'm sure he's looking down on you, and
Blessing you, friend.
his
Hey, at least una le tjhelete. Una le tjhelete.
The funny thing is, you make that money for yourself, but you want somebody that.
Eh, ke kgone ho balance tse.
So how do you guys choose a special someone? For someone to qualify to say they're your
Ntho tseo
person.
ha di sebetse, itse re bua fela.
Okay, I can't give out that now.
Hey,
I can't give out that now
okay.
because I am somewhere. If I say that, someone else will do that.
What made you decide that you're going to keep him?
What made me decide?
Yeah.
He was God's prayer. So I prayed. So I have that belief that God brought him to me.
So you feel that God brought what you needed in your life.
Yes.
Remember ke ntho e rebelletseng.
So that's what I prayed for. So at the moment, I'm not saying it is a clean slate. Tribals and troubles happen, but
Yeah.
we are great.
I always say if you have 80% of what you needed,
Keep that.
20. You can
sebetsa ka yona.
influence, you
Yes.
can ignore, you can sacrifice, you can compromise.
Ha gona motho
You
o
know,
perfect.
there's not because we are not
Exactly.
perfect ourselves,
Wa
so you
tlhaloganya.
can't expect it at 100%, right? Yeah. So when they slide in your DM, so what requirements do they need to meet?
Actually, you do, hey, but ke boreka speed. I think one of the reasons why I'm still single even now, hey, communication I better, guys. It's just yeah.
So
That's why I don't
communication
think
is
taba tsa
key.
ditjhelete- yeah, communication is very important to me. Very, and one of the
Mara
things.
show me.
Ah, wa phapha o lo. Ke tlo go tla. Ola, ha.
So guys, we're about to wrap up, and I'm curious to know
Mm-hmm.
in this romantic space, what are even if it's a one thing that you can share, the worst thing that you've ever experienced and the best thing you've ever experienced.
Yo, there's so many. Well, the best.
The best.
No, one bad, one best.
One bad, one best. Based on the person of the
Okay,
relationship.
with me.
Either it's an experience in a relationship or the person themselves.
Okay, with me, the best was I received the love whereby a person loved me the way I am without trying to change me.
No, he did.
Yeah,
Like he embraced you
babes.
in all
I-
shapes
I-
and forms in
Yo.
every space of the society.
No, it's not-
that
don't
was
make up.
yeah,
Don't-
no, it wasn't right.
That's not the tongue.
Yeah.
And then
The bad would be
to date someone o tlo go bolelang gore he's not to have a problem, but he's also into girls.
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
the
the
bad.
yeah. It's a challenging one at times.
And then it's like with you, he feels comfortable when it was and no,
After 9.
after
Yeah,
9,
that tendency.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then about don't do this, don't yeah, that was the best, the bad, I mean to say.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't think I'll go back there. And again,
Is it?
I'm trying to think so hard. I can't find anything. The greatest thing.
Amara, you cried in public the other time. What do you mean you haven't experienced anything bad?
How?
Oh my god. But I do want to talk about that.
So meeting the family, that's so good for me.
Okay, that's the greatest thing ever, actually. Meeting the family, being part of a family group chat, spending the weekend with the family. You know, that was the greatest
my
thing
girl.
ever.
Why yeah, let's do it. But that would be such a
Your
That's it. And then the saddest thing was the baddest part I can say was to understand that he's also someone within the public space with a fair share. That was the hardest thing ever, because initially when I got into a relationship, I did not know who he was. Because I'm ignorant like that. Not because I literally didn't want to know, but I didn't know who he was. And when I found out, it just came with a lot of dynamics of me being told where he is, whereas you understand Kimoto Oyang, where he's been. That was the bad part of it.
Yeah.
But it didn't necessarily affect me, because for fair share, he did explain quite a number of them prior.
Okay.
But okay, like you said, you didn't know me, you don't know me. This is me. This is what's been happening, and don't be shocked on certain things. Then I was just sure.
But I think that's the lovely thing, that he was upfront about it. It would have been said if you had to find out yourself.
Oh, these
Yeah,
things, yeah.
Actually, and then I'm
Yeah.
okay, it's fine.
Likes of my friend. My friend knew him before me. Yo,
Is it?
my friend knew. Like, my friend would be like, show me, what did you do to this boy? He's not like this. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I know it back
Is
then.
it?
I'm like, I don't know,
back
nothing. I just came.
Something
and-
like
But I think also when you get the kind of love that means something in you, you adjust your life.
True.
You know, when they say a man changes when they loves a person,
True.
it's probably that you probably ground him because of how you love him. Bayathandana.
Get a shy.
We can't wait for invitations. No pressure though. No pressure. We just want you to keep it there. So guys, you're so busy, right? You're so busy. How do you it's events, it's you creating content, you're busy, man. How do you find a balance in your life? That's the first part of the question. The closing question, what should we expect from you in 2025? Just a glimpse of what we should expect.
Schedule.
Exactly. Schedule.
Yeah.
Even
Like we also have our own time,
Yes.
whereby this is our time as friends. Like actually this another one umsebenzing wathi like grazie ba lena o ke ngwana o sebetsa magweng
Yeah.
Monday to Friday lena ha tlo corona ke nako ya rona.
Okay.
And then ke nako ya ho shoot. Like with me, I know okay, Monday to Friday. Like basically like
It's a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I need to work.
Yeah.
Now it's like edit another thing on top of that. So my guys. So it's gym. So I need to do that.
Yeah.
And then go to gym and then come back. That's where I can be like free, edit and check the comments. See if
Yeah.
Arabic, that's my free time. Yeah. So it's what's about schedule fair and shit. You do your timetable and you need to be very consistent with it.
Discipline
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
It's like the police. How much high blood? What's about the you cannot
7 ke teng.
Oh, no for so if you can shoot, I never get told yeah.
Aish.
And it's a bit clique more. Yeah,
We'll get to that. Yeah.
I know, guys, it's very important actually. It's very important to schema le batho ba loreng ba tlo go pusha. Tlele go schema le batho ba nana bojwala le bashimane every time. Babes. Dula le batho ba tlo go hlantshang. Ha o dutse le Priince, o tle Priince a o rekile Porsche. O re ha jwang mara sa lawyer.
Get inspired, don't get jealous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get
I love that
inspired.
shit. Oh, yeah, ke ba rata kaofela di content creators because I learn a lot
Yeah.
by watching Grace, Coachelle, Kamuk, Risoko. Ke mang, who's this?
Kaofela,
Titles
sure.
kaofela.
Yeah,
La babitsi
yeah.
kaofela. Like ke learn new things le gore ne ke sa di tsebe.
Incredible.
Yeah, each and every time. Because kaofela ba na le ditori and tse tshwana le tsa rona.
Yeah.
Wa ka dula le mologadi o tlo bolela go tswa ka kae, wa dula le smoke o tswa ko kae kae. And then now the question is wena o hlolwa ke eng?
Right?
Yeah.
Why can't you do that?
Yeah.
Yes, so while we know bereke. Tlelo tsore, yo, na ke a sokola, re dula di mbora jwang di DM tseo. Ke a sokola, can you please send me money? A ke na tšhelete, ke berekela yona.
Right.
Bereka. How?
Sure. 2025, what does it look like?
It looks promising.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks promising. That's all I can say. La lawyer pela. But it looks promising.
Hey, but I don't even to sing it.
But it looks promising. So far, so good. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Shem.
Have you ever thought of modeling?
I was doing that's what I was doing before. I was doing that before I entered this content creation. Yes. I was doing modeling first. But now I think going back it's just yo go thata man. Because the agency thing and the equipment thing and yeah, it's just a lot. But to be honest, if I might go back, I'll definitely go back.
But go back as yourself.
That's the
Don't
thing.
don't allow.
Get agents to
For me, is
allowed.
be
But I can be my bees.
be patient enough to find an agency
It
that will represent you for who you are.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be so hard and uncomfortable to do something that you're not.
Yeah.
I tried acting, and there was a scene that I was given that I had to be a boy, and it was such a difficult
But
thing to
with- with
as much
acting-
as it's acting, I
But with acting,
couldn't.
you need to like,
No, but I can act as a queer person. I can't act as a guy.
Yeah.
ke shela ngwanyana. I've been there, I've done that. It didn't work for me.
Did you go to school for acting?
acting.
I did.
Okay, but it's something that you need to work on because I'm also an actor. So if Kitola, which I know
role like
it's
that.
difficult, if Kitola role is which I've got the role whereby I need to be a straight person. Like I need to work on that, do research, and yeah,
Look, I think for other people it's something
It's-
they can
okay.
do, but I can't.
you can't.
Remember, there's different forms of actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Hence, I'm saying for me it was I'll wait for roles that will require me to act as a queer person. Right. Yeah.
Makes sense.
But
For
yeah,
you?
like you said, scheduling.
Yeah.
Schedule yourself, place yourself, know the time to play, know the time to work. And yeah, gradually, yes, as a starter, you have too much time.
Yeah.
So within the too much time, work hard. At a later stage, yes, there won't be time. You'll be attending this. There's no longer time for you to shoot. That's where now you have to schedule yourself.
Yeah.
And then also something I learned from my friend. My friend, yes, is shy and everything, but my friend will ask. I hardly ask. I'm a okay. how's this thing done? I'll do my own research. I won't ask anyone, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not safe because you can ask the same person who's next to you who knows everything and who can assist you at the same time. Hence, when we're at events, we are networking, communicating, speaking to people. This is what I do, this is what they do, this is what they have. You might
That's
never
where you find
know.
collaborations
Exactly.
as well.
You'll never know who you're speaking to.
Yeah.
The last time I spoke to, okay, sorry. I spoke to an owner of a certain brand, not knowing it's that person. And I can say a few months later, the person DM'd me, and I was like, okay. But when the DM came, I saw who it was. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I remember this person. Oh, Batlang.
Yeah.
And when I check in,
It's
check
work.
everything, I'm like, okay. But it was a casual conversation. It wasn't nothing about work or anything. It was just a casual. I was just myself and being casual. And trust you me, from there we got to work together. So what I'm trying to say is just be yourself, be alive, be ready. Be ready to be, for one, be ready to be turned down. Because I'm a content creator. People must discover me. Babe, you discover you when you put yourself out there. Write those proposals. Write those, I am this person, I'm doing this. Can I work with you like this? You understand? Then you'll go forward.
Right. Incredible.
Then 2025, by the looks of things, it's great at the moment. Like,
Yeah.
already.
And Tabang is
Oh,
coming.
no.
Tabang.
No, it's just not just about that, but just generally, like, throughout, I've been, like, even now, quite a number of my friends are like, babes, it's January, but you're not worrying about anything. You're still busy. And I'm like, yeah, I just told myself I'm not going to just sit. You know, let me be busy with something, regardless of being January, being a month, cabbage. But, you know, so I might say, like I said, there's quite a few projects I'm working with. There's quite a number of things that I'm looking forward to. Na, taba tsa gore ba lo yana ke tsa bona. Ha ba ire se ba se kgonang.
Ho salang
Nna
gape.
ke ya ya.
Pele,
Chum.
What a lekhanyane o.
Shapa ka thapela. Ke na le dikapa ke le bana.
Ke na fetse today ka o sa le ka Jono.
Guys, thank you so much for coming.
you.
It's been so incredible fun to speak to you. So much came out, and I trust that people that are watching as well, they found something of value. I wish you all the best, guys. Thank you. Keep pushing, keep flying, keep doing it. Right?
Bona, podcast ya rena.
Luna, I know it's gonna come. And that is how we're coming to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for always watching. Remember to subscribe, remember to leave your comments, but most importantly, sharing is caring. Let other people know that The Real Queer Talk exists, and let us know what you think. We are at The Real Queer Talk on all social media platforms. Until the next one, stay well. Bye.